Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going on a myth-busting adventure. We're going to dive into 10 things you've probably learned about our amazing planet Earth in school that, well, aren't exactly true. It's time to unlearn and relearn some fascinating facts. So, grab your thinking caps, and let's get started. Myth number 1. Water flows in the opposite direction in the southern hemisphere. You've probably seen this in movies or even heard it from a travel-savvy friend. The idea is that the Coriolis effect, caused by the Earth's rotation, makes toilets and drains spin one way up north and the opposite way down south. The truth, the Coriolis effect is real, but it's incredibly weak on such a small scale. It influences massive systems like hurricanes and ocean currents. But for your sink or bathtub, the shape of the basin and the direction the water enters have way more impact. A toilet in Australia can be designed to spin any way the manufacturer wants. So, that famous demonstration you might see at the equator is, I'm sorry to say, just a clever trick. Next up, myth number 2. Mount Everest is the tallest mountain on Earth. We all learned this one, right? Everest, king of the mountains. But it all depends on how you measure. If you're measuring from sea level to peak, then yes, Everest takes the crown at a staggering 8,848 meters. But what if we measure from the base of the mountain to its summit? In that case, the prize goes to Mauna Kea in Hawaii. Most of this massive volcanic mountain is actually underwater. When measured from its base on the ocean floor, Mauna Kea is over 10,000 meters tall, easily surpassing Everest. So, Everest is the highest mountain, but Mauna Kea is the tallest. A subtle but important difference. Let's move on to myth number 3. The Earth is a perfect sphere. In every classroom globe and textbook diagram, our planet looks like a perfect, round ball. But in reality, Earth is a bit of a squished potato. It's technically an oblate, spheroid. Because of its rotation, the Earth bulges out around the equator and is slightly flattened at the poles. The difference is minor, only about 43 kilometers, so you wouldn't notice it from space with the naked eye. But it's not a perfect sphere. The planet's lumpy bumpy surface with its mountains and trenches also adds to its wonderfully imperfect shape. Here's a juicy one. Myth number 4. Diamonds are formed from compressed coal. This is a classic. The story goes that over millions of years, intense pressure and heat deep within the Earth transformed black coal into sparkling diamonds. It's a beautiful, romantic idea, but it's scientifically inaccurate. Most diamonds are far, far older than the Earth's first land plants, which are the source material for coal. Diamonds actually form from carbon that's been trapped deep in the Earth's mantle for billions of years. They're brought to the surface rapidly by deep-source volcanic eruptions. So, while both are carbon-based, diamonds are not coal's glamorous older sibling. Now for myth number 5. Chameleons change color to blend in with their environment. We see a chameleon on a green leaf, it's green. On a brown branch, it's brown. It's easy to assume it's camouflage. But that's not the main reason they do it. Chameleons primarily change their color to communicate, regulate their body temperature, and display their mood. A dark chameleon might be cold and trying to absorb more heat, or it could be feeling aggressive. A brightly colored one might be trying to attract a mate. While their coloration can sometimes help them blend in, it's more of a mood ring than a camouflage suit. Okay, let's tackle myth number 6. You can see the Great Wall of China from space. This one has been repeated for decades, even making its way into trivia games and textbooks. The idea that this massive man-made structure is the only one visible to astronauts is awe-inspiring. Unfortunately, it's just not true. From low Earth orbit, you can see lots of man-made structures, like highways and airports, but the Great Wall is surprisingly difficult to spot. It's long, but it's also very narrow, and tends to blend in with the surrounding terrain. Many astronauts, including Neil Armstrong, have confirmed they couldn't see it with the naked eye. So, while it's an incredible feat of engineering, it's not a landmark for our space travelers. Time for myth number 7. Lightning never strikes the same place twice. This is an old saying often used to suggest that a rare event won't happen again. But when it comes to lightning, it's completely false. Lightning is all about finding the path of least resistance to the ground, and tall, conductive objects are prime targets. Structures like the Empire State Building get struck dozens, sometimes even 100 times, per year. So, not only can lightning strike the same place twice, it often prefers to. It's a good reminder to always seek proper shelter during a thunderstorm, no matter where lightning has struck before. Let's debunk myth number 8. The seasons are caused by the Earth's distance from the sun. It seems logical, right? When the Earth is closer to the sun, it's summer. When it's farther away, it's winter. But our orbit is nearly circular, and the Earth is actually closest to the sun in early January. During winter in the northern hemisphere, the real reason for the seasons is the tilt of the Earth's axis, which is about 23.5 degrees. When the northern hemisphere is tilted toward the sun, it receives more direct sunlight, and we experience summer. When it's tilted away, the sunlight is less direct, and we get winter. It's all about the angle, not the distance. Here's myth number 9. The Earth has only one moon. This feels like a fundamental fact, but it's a bit more complicated. While we have one large, permanent natural satellite that we call the moon, Earth is sometimes visited by other, smaller mini-moons. These are typically small asteroids that are temporarily captured by Earth's gravity, orbiting our planet for a few months or years before being flung back out into space. Scientists have detected a few of these temporary companions over the years. So, while we have one main moon, our gravitational dance card isn't always exclusive. And finally, our 10th myth. Glass is a slow-moving liquid. You might have heard this one from a tour guide in an old cathedral. Pointing to the wavy, thicker at the bottom panes of glass in the windows, they'll say it's proof that glass flows like a very, very slow liquid over centuries. It's a fascinating story, but the reason old window panes are like that is due to old manufacturing processes. Before modern float glass techniques, it was impossible to create perfectly flat, uniform sheets of glass. Glaziers would simply install the panes with a thicker, heavier end at the bottom for stability. Glass is actually an amorphous solid, meaning its atoms are jumbled, not a liquid. It would take longer than the age of the universe for it to flow in any noticeable way at room temperature. And there you have it, 10 common myths about our world that you can now confidently correct. It's amazing how these ideas stick around. But science is all about questioning what we think we know and discovering the truth. Which of these myths surprised you the most? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey of discovery, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more myth-busting content. Thanks for watching.